Hey everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Prasidee Podcast. Our guest today is Mr. Prashant Yadav, founder and CEO of StatXo, which is a global business intelligence, analytics, and data management solutions firm. Prashant was living a content life. Finances were never an issue, but then came a day when he felt he needs more than money and position from his work. Watch his interview to know what drove him towards entrepreneurship and how he is successfully fulfilling his dreams.
So Prashant, introduce yourself to our audience and tell us what do you do.
Sure. So I would start with my experience. So in total, I have 8+ years of experience into analytics and consulting domain. So in my past experience, I worked with a company which was number one in its field, and which name is Evaluative. So there, I got majority of my experience. I would say after that, I started my company, which was into education field. I would say more in learning and development. And then it's been there for 2 years. After that, I made another switch. So again, I started another firm which is into business intelligence and data analytics, and the company name is StatXo. So this is what I'm doing right now for the last 7 to 8 months now, and we are providing actionable insights and deriving a lot of insights from the data that we get from the client side.
That's great, Prashant. Now, you just told us that you were working for a very good firm, Evaluative. You had a decent job, and I am sure you would have a good package also. So, what made you think about your own, startup?
Right. I would say I always had this mindset of learning. So I never felt that money is the most important part. Otherwise, we could have made a lot of switches in my career. And after almost, I would say 4.5 years, I started feeling that somewhere my learning is going slow, and that core part, because of which I was staying there, that I started feeling somewhere I'm going into my comfort zone, and things are moving a little slow. So I also this is one of the major reasons, and this is how I connected that learning will be extreme, and in fact in all the areas if I start something of my own. So that's how I made up my mind that this is the right time. I should move, and I had that level of confidence that I can move on and I can do something of my own.
So how has your job helped you overall, prepare for your startup?
So job, as I've told, the kind of exposure I got, being into 3 different level of designations, I got to work with a lot of smart people in my company. And in fact, they helped me out in terms of my learning, moving up the learning curve in the company. And I got opportunity to interact with a lot of senior people from the client side as well. In fact, had face-to-face meetings as well. I traveled a lot. So those things really gave me a lot of confidence that alone I can manage a different set of clients. Being in a company, then why can't I manage the same things if I start something of my own?
So do you think one should not leave their job unless their startup starts earning?
I would say it might vary with person to person, but if I tell you about my personal choice, then I feel that being in a job, you're playing a safe bet, right? Being in a job and in parallel you're working on your startup, then you are the intention of yours is questionable, right? That you are playing very safe. You want to be in job where there's a job security, money is coming on monthly basis. But being in a job and doing of your own, I don't know how much time an individual can take out from their job and focus completely on the startup. That is something I was not able to do. And in fact, I feel that's my personal suggestion that one should move completely out of the job to start up of their own. I feel one should leave completely their job and have a particular time limit as well when they're starting something of their own, and then focus onto that.
Yeah. All right. That's great. So let's talk about on your personal front a bit. How did you manage to convince your family that you will be leaving your high-paying job to start something which has a lot of uncertainty involved?
Yeah. I would say, this was one of the main challenge for me because, the time I left my job, that was a crucial time for me, first of all, right? I was at the age of, I would say, 27 that point in time. And family was like, okay, you're going to get stable now. And, they're expecting that kind of thing, that you are earning enough, then, let's plan out a future for you from the family side. I told them about, what I feel, it's not like, a sudden a new thing that has come to my mind. It was properly planned thing that this is I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do. I told them this is the whole plan, and this is not like I'll be doing this for 5 years or 6 years, keep on doing it until it is successful. That is not the thing I have in my mind. In fact, I was going with a time limit. So I told them that at least give me 1 year or 1.5 year max. After that, I'll also think over it that things are working out or not working out.
So, what role does your wife play in your startup?
Currently, I would say, I mean, she plays a very important role, first of all, because again, being in a startup life, you have to face a lot of ups and downs. And ups are fine. I mean, you are happy, your mood is fine, you are good to people as well and to yourself. But when there's a down thing in your work, when let's say things are not turning out as you're expecting, then you tend to have those mood swings, because I won't say I'm highly mature person. I sometimes I do react in situations that is there. But she holds me. She know how to hold me up when this kind of situation comes in, and give me confidence that things will turn out. And I know she understands really well that things will take time to turn out. So that confidence she always have in me, and that also boost my energy, or I would say my confidence as well, right? So that's there.
And that's great. So, do you think one of the partners should be in a stable job?
I would say yes. Again, I mean, my situation was a little different. So how it was before marriage, I started my things, the startup thing, and I would say I was not financially stable that point in time, right? And during this time only, I got married, so after we got married, we planned, because my wife also had some plans that she also wanted to. She is a little creative, right? I won't say little creative, very creative. So she wanted to do a lot of things onto her side as well. But she has that understanding that let's make you stable first. Let you get stable first. Then I'll think about myself. And that's how we planned that. Okay, this is the thing we have in hand. Let's say from the wife, my wife is working in a job, and what kind of support she can provide me, and we do as a family. So how can we move forward? So that plan we made, and I would suggest that one should be in a job, in a stable job at least, because a lot of unknowing expenses that comes in, and you have to bear those expenses as well. So I feel if there's a constant flow of certain amount of money, you can manage. I won't say you live a lavish life, but certainly you know how to manage things, right?
So, let's talk about your initial phase. Did you face a financial crunch in the beginning? And how did you deal with the things overall then?
Yeah. So when I made my first move, so my thinking as a new person coming to on the business side, I was very, I would say, positive about things. I thought within 3-4 months things will turn out on a positive side, but that thing didn't happen, right? And then after that, I started facing some crunch, because again, that one time I moved from Delhi to Bangalore. Definitely, there's a financial crunch after 3 to 4 months. And I'm not a person, in fact, not now, I would say that one in time, I was not a person who used to save money or who believed in savings. So that may be same thing for all other people as well. Let's say my whatever expenses I used to have earlier, I cut that down, those expenses, and then the minimum possible things that I used to, or I need to have, or I need to let's say to live on day by day basis, that only I used to focus on, or purchase on. I did not waste money on random things, or for comfort.
Prashant, I remember from one of our earlier discussions, you mentioned that you had to decrease the price of your product to get some business in the initial days. Do you think this step helps in the long term, or is it just a temporary solution?
So Asta, this was a temporary solution, I would say, because the kind of challenges we are facing in the market. Because I think we're talking about Zestech, the learning and development company. So there we used to go to colleges and different universities as well, and used to interact with them and tell them about our solutions. I know these are the kind of solutions we can offer to your students, and this is how they're going to learn. But I would say in India, from that experience, people are more curious about the price rather than the quality of solution. And so they wanted to, just have a company who can, let's say, some kind of training they give to the students, and they collect money from the students or whatever the college pays on their own, and that's the thing is done. And the main objective was hiring a company at the minimum possible price. So we felt that, without even experiencing our solutions, our trainings, and the company or the colleges are denying us, right, on the basis of pricing, then let's do one thing: decrease the price, and then offer that solution to them. I know we won't make much profits, so that was very temporary solution, I would say, not a long-term strategy. But after that, we add on certain services for them, and then we managed to increase the price a little bit. I won't say much, but so that leverage we had based on our services we provided.
All right. So do you you had to compromise on the quality of the product also to match the new pricing at that point in time?
No, I won't say compromise on the quality part. We never thought of that. In fact, that was the thing we had in mind, that we won't compromise on the quality. We can compromise somewhere in the price and up to where we not making any profit, but we're making some name, some brand value in the market, that this company is something different from other companies. And even, the feedback from the students was that mattered the most for us. And then that's how we built some long-term relationship as well, some universities and colleges. Never compromise with the quality. Yeah.
That's great. That's a very good advice. So, what do you think, Prashant? When is the right time to find an investor for your startup?
I would say a person should be confident, first of all, about their own solutions. Confidence doesn't mean that the solution you have designed on a PPT or on a page doesn't give you confidence. After even 6 to 7 months or a year, at least let that thing run, right? And you'll get to know, okay, the acceptance is going good. And one particular point in time, you might feel that, okay, I can grow very fast, but the only constraint I have is the money. And that point in time, when person has seen that his solution is working out, and because of money he is limiting to a particular geography or a particular client set, then is the right time. Because I feel I've seen certain examples in the past. In fact, some of the known companies where they've been heavily funded, $100 million, $200 million, but after getting that those funds, after some time they're clueless what to do, what to not. In fact, the first thing they do is hire a big team, 1,000-member team, or a big lavish office, and all these things they do. But what is the strategy for growth? For growth in the sense, not for 6 months, 1 year, but for long-term growth. So that is something which really lacks when people just have a certain idea in their mind and they'll start looking out for investors. One should be start implementing that idea which they have with a minimum viable option, not like going at a pan India level or a pan particular state level.
Hey, thank you for watching part 1 of our interview with Prashant. His strength lies in his quick decision-making power, clarity of thoughts, and robust planning. Do watch the concluding part of his interview with Prasidee Podcast this Friday and get some great startup advice from him. Please find all the details of his interview in the description below and the podcast show notes. If you like it, please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button below, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends and family. For latest updates, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.